Yo, man, let me tell y'all about it. What's going on? Welcome to the Pot and Politics Podcast. I'm your host, Sean G's Waters, and y'all already know the squad. I'm not going to go through it today. Matter of fact, I'm going to let everybody sound off. Who's here with me today?
Hey, hey.
Got Dirty Rocky.
Yo, this is Christian from My Family Farm.
Jennifer Lewis.
Ian Brown.
All right, y'all. Welcome. You know, we've had a lot going on the past 2 weeks. Speaking of which, you know, we're dropping this show just, you know, to catch up for y'all. We will also be back Sunday on our regular schedule. We are sorry for the inconveniences, excuse me, but we are here. Let me get the business out of the way first and say that this episode, which is episode 5, we are calling it Post Debate Shit. Episode 5 is sponsored by CNC's Soul Bistro, downtown Main Street, Waynesboro. Come see Curtis down here. He'll cook you up something real special, and it's deliciousness for the soul. Anyway, so how's everybody doing?
Good.
Well,
Doing good.
Anything I missed? You know, y'all want to talk about anything, or
Been a
we
little
just
bit,
want to talk
lot didn't
about the
happen.
shit?
We got a lot that happened in that last 2 weeks. To start out with these endorsements, I think would be a good place to start. We have both political and celebrity
Yeah.
endorsements. So maybe we can I guess the big ones would be Liz Cheney and the huge one being Dick Cheney, which is
I
who you know,
Maybe that's what
know
you
where
pick
we
up
are. It lets you know where we are when someone that we hate so bad is suddenly on our side of this. It's something to behold, no doubt about it. And then also the contrast with Taylor Swift endorsement, you know, so we can talk
You know,
about
I don't listen to Taylor Swift, you know, or however you say the shit.
So
you know.
our celebrity
However you say the
endorsement's
shit.
important. You know, politically we think that they are, but yeah, that's something we can. What do y'all think?
I mean, I definitely think Taylor Swift is probably going to have a bigger impact. I mean, than the Cheney, probably just because she has such a huge active audience. I really hope it makes the young people her audience. I'm not a fan personally, and that's not my music genre, but I love that she's willing to use her star power in this important election. Normally I would say you're a singer, stick to being an artist and don't get involved in politics, but I think this is such an important time that her voice is really important. So I think it'll help people get it engaged.
I think with the platform that she has, I mean, she's arguably one of the top superstars in the world right now. So
Right.
for her to get up there and say, I support Kamala Harris, and to tell the world to go out and vote, a lot of people that might not have been thinking they were even going to pay attention to
Right.
politics might be paying attention just because Taylor said so. I mean,
Right.
Taylor has she might be shaking it off, but she got a whole lot of pull when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, her voice. So she got a voice and she got a platform. She using it. I'm all for it.
Hey, and she is the childless cat lady.
Yeah.
also, it's important to point out that they're trying to say that it really won't translate into voters, but I think that it was pretty exciting to see the link for vote.org that she posted, and it got 370,000 hits on it already.
Right.
And again, it doesn't translate into voters, but I think it just shows.
But I think they were able to show, like, looking back, I think they were able to say, like, Oprah endorsing Obama over Hillary won him, like, the primary, and, like, how the Oprah effect, like, there's a whole thing out there about the Oprah effect. So I don't think we can, like, discredit or discount the impact that famous people can have if they decide to use their voice in that way.
Absolutely.
The Instagram post, just to throw some facts in there, 10.4 million likes since she posted it 2 days ago, 1.5 million shares. I think they said that it was 300,000 new registered voters in the day after.
370,000.
370,000.
No, that's good
voters.
shit.
Yeah.
So she definitely is having some effect.
Okay.
Hey, shouldn't poke at the childless.
I mean,
Yeah.
no, we can't
Absolutely shit.
definitively say that all of the registered voters that went out and registered are
Exactly.
We're gonna make-
definitely going to vote for Kamala. But I mean,
And look at it. Look at it. Not to cut you off, brother, but the fact that so many people are registered now to vote, it's not even if they're not voting for her, it's still a good thing because it's opening up more people to vote
Mm-hmm.
to move forward into the future.
Absolutely.
Like I remember when we was coming up, hitting 18. It's like I'm fucking voting, and I remember my pops would cuss. I'm terrible because all stupid motherfuckers don't vote.
And I mean,
Get it now, though. I understand that.
Right.
we had the whole Rock the Vote campaign when we was coming up,
and
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
did it,
And
bro.
like MTV, like that's all you seen was Rock the Vote this, Rock the Vote that. And I mean, we was young then. We didn't have the access to information that kids today now have. You know what I'm saying? So with Taylor saying go out and vote, even if they wasn't paying attention, maybe they'd be like, all right, well, if I'm gonna go out and vote, maybe I need to see what the hell I'm voting for. Let me get on this internet, you know what I'm saying, and see who's who and who says what. And I mean, I hope that this next generation of kids coming up are a whole lot smarter than these dumbasses we got running around now, thinking people eating cats and dogs and shit.
Oh, you know what? I'm waiting for that. We have not got to that part of the show yet. God damn it.
I'm just saying.
But goddamn.
So I wouldn't mind touching back on something Sean just said and even asking a question. So I guess that's a generational thing where black folks don't want to, or black people think voting's not important or
Yeah, see,
doesn't count.
well,
Is that
on
with younger people too, or are you just hearing that from like?
I know as far as like from being young and black, we used to look, well, myself, I can't speak for everybody else, but I would look at it as these white folks don't give a fuck about me. They're not going to change nothing that's happening in my community. So my vote don't fucking matter for real. And then I was caught up in that whole electoral college shit. Like, still to this day, I fucking hate the electoral college.
It's gotta happen.
That's
Like
what
that shit is
Whole
it,
show
just,
on it.
it don't
Whole
make no
show.
fucking sense to me. Like it's either this or anyway, but that's a whole nother story. So, but it's more important than for black people anyway. The fact that we had so many people have to die to be able to vote.
Mhm.
That's why it's so important for us to vote. And my daddy used to tell us that all the time. When that man leaves this earth, the number one lesson that he put on me, and trust me, he's taught me and all my peoples plenty over the years. But the number one thing my father put to me is, regardless on who the fuck it is, what it is, just vote. Use that fucking right.
Mhm.
And that, that is, and I'm on my kids' asses about
Mhm.
it, like all the time. Like, even if you don't like nobody, pick somebody.
Right.
And I mean, I think one of the biggest issues why black people don't get out and vote is the only time we hear anybody talking to us
Is when they
it's
need us.
election season.
Yeah, when they need us.
Like you'll talk to get the black vote. And I mean, I said this before in the previous podcast. They want, you know what I'm saying, they want to pander to black folks when they need us. But the second they get in the office, they forgot about, you know what I'm saying?
Empty promises.
Yeah, they forgot about what they told us that they was going to do. We still waiting on 40 acres and a mule. But
Goddamn. Yeah, shit.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Acres. Fuck.
yeah, I mean,
Right.
if you're going to talk to us during election season, make sure when you get in office, you're still
Right.
talking to us and
Right.
you're still talking about what you was going to do. Because the next time you come up, which is why I feel like Trump has so many daggone black supporters now, is because Biden got in office and he said right on the Breakfast Club, told Charlemagne, if you vote for Donald Trump, you're not black. Well, I mean,
Right.
okay,
Right.
so you said that, but then you got in office and then what you do?
Right.
Did nothing.
Not for
So,
black people.
yeah, not for black folk anyway. I mean, shit. Rent still went up.
And I think that also, when we were talking about amendments, like for the electoral college, that's another thing. That's where you have to have term limits in there.
Yeah.
Because once you get rid of career politicians,
Right,
then you can have
right.
people that actually represent the people, and then you get people that are the likes of you in your community.
Yeah.
Able to,
Well, we need more
represent.
people that are going to be willing to run for office. I mean, we've got uncontested city council seats. We have uncontested school board races, uncontested Commonwealth attorney. Like all these local elections go uncontested, and we think the presidential election is the only time we need to pay attention.
And that's not even the one that makes a fuck for
It's
us.
not the one that touches you. Yeah.
We need to really be focused on the school board races and, making sure that our teachers are supported, our kids are getting taught what they need to be taught. And so like those, and we need candidates. So if we don't have like a pool of people in our communities that we trust, that's a big problem. And I think we've got to find folks that are willing to run for office that look like us, that come from our communities and will work for us because it's their community too when they get elected,
Right.
Common folks.
Right.
If you think that you have a talent, if you think that you can make a change and you think you can help your community, be brave, do it,
Right.
run. And
Exactly,
everyone
that's
vote.
the
And
thing.
people of
Be
color,
brave.
vote. It's your one power that you have for sure.
Right.
And you can still fight. You can still fight in other ways, but just vote.
Yeah, I mean, it's three things that they can't take from you. They can't take away your God, they can't take away your education, but they can take away your right to vote. So I was wrong.
Well, they try.
They
They
can
are
take that.
trying really hard to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
It's hard to do it. Oh, with gerrymandering.
Well,
it's
yeah,
all-
with
it's being
gerrymander,
done. It's
yeah,
already
they're
being
they're
done.
trying to make it to where your vote doesn't really count because they're going to section you off to where, you know what I'm saying, the district that you're in, your vote's not really making a bit of difference.
Right.
You want to see some racism?
Okay, now
Look
for
at
those
look at the gerrymandering map. You'll see
Oh,
what
yeah.
racism
for
is.
those who don't know, can someone explain what gerrymandering is?
Okay, so why don't you take that?
well, it's the way that they draw the districts in your state. So, like in Virginia, we have 11 congressional districts, and then those are broken into your Senate districts, and then those are broken into your House districts.
You
And
can-
how they decide, how they cut those boundary lines has historically been very racial, and cutting people out and making it so, yeah, their voices and their vote is drowned out. So it's something I encourage folks to look into if you're interested, but it is something that, years ago there was a big movement by a group, Virginia 2021 or something like that. UVA's done a great research, and they've produced a map of what what Virginia should look like, and we did have redistricting a couple years ago because of that. So things are getting better when you think about gerrymandering, but we still have a lot of work to do. Sorry, that was boring.
Okay.
So Google
okay,
Google
okay.
your district map, see what it looks like, see what we're talking about. Look at the neighborhoods. You know how your communities are set up, and look how those lines are drawn. That's all we're asking you. Just take a look at that and pay attention to what they've done, because they make it so like certain neighborhoods run things and certain neighborhoods don't, and you can see for yourself by looking at the maps. It's
Right on. All right. Well,
yeah.
now
So the endorsements, man, the endorsements, I got decided they're good. They're to close on that.
And
It's she's getting all the right people. I
yeah,
don't see him being endorsed by anyone powerful like that. I would like to see some more people of color given endorsements, like Beyonce would be a really powerful one. I know she's given her music to the campaign, and that speaks volumes. But
Right.
mhm.
a real deal endorsement.
Yeah,
would
because
be
what's
nice.
the main song that she's using for
Freedom.
Beyonce? Yeah, the Freedom. Yeah, Freedom.
I mean, the thing about Beyonce versus Taylor Swift is I don't feel like you will hear Beyonce and Jay-Z come out and endorse Kamala Harris
Me either.
until the inauguration. That'll be the first time you see them come
You think
out
it's
and
money. You think it's money because they're in a tax bracket that requires them to vote a certain way? I have to wonder about a lot of
I mean,
celebrities. It's like I know in their heart they're liberal, but when you're protecting $1 billion or $500 million,
but I feel like at this point,
Nah, integrity. Integrity just make you take that shit on the chin, man.
well, yeah, especially when you've already got that.
Oh,
But I don't know how a rich man thinks.
well, and
Not on.
yeah, I'm not.
So it's never enough. Once you
Right.
pass a certain limit, it's never enough.
And you protect
that's
what you
exactly
got.
Why a lot of people want to,
I don't want to know how they vote.
like you said, socially
I'd rather
they
be
may
me.
be liberal, but tax
Tax breaks,
You
man.
know,
I was listening.
not saying that that's the case with Jay-Z or Beyonce.
No, not at all. Saying
I'm-
about Jay.
I mean, how you going to have a Basquiat hanging in your house and then you support Trump? Like, I can't see that. I don't
Right.
like. How you going to do that? But there comes a point to where you got to be like, all right, I got enough money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done already came up. Like, this guy's not for my people. Let me go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, endorse the one that could possibly be for my people versus
Right.
somebody that I know is 100% not.
So interesting about Jay-Z. I've always been a big Jay-Z fan, but so I was listening to I think the Sway in the Morning Show radio show on Sirius,
Mhm.
and they were talking about Kendrick getting the Super Bowl halftime show.
Right. Yeah, everybody's pissed off that Wayne. No,
And
Wayne
so,
didn't get
like, they were saying that Jay-Z had a lot of influence on that, and pretty
Yes, he
much
did.
gets to pick whoever gets to be
Yeah,
the
yeah.
halftime show. And so to think of, like, I guess I never really knew that Jay-Z had that kind of power. So like just kind of
Yeah,
hear that.
because he's in with the NFL.
Rock Nation.
Yeah, the Rock Nation and NFL, all of that shit. Yeah.
Is he
His
one of the biggest
entrepreneur-
rappers of all
his
time?
entrepreneur-
Yeah, he did the whole shit last year.
Other thing, which I believe makes it even more important that he uses his voice to say get involved in politics, because you know the politics of the NFL. I mean, he should really care about that too. Like, you know how Colin was treated, and you know,
Still
Tyreek
being
Hill.
right.
Tyreek
Still
Hill,
being
yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But see, this
Well,
and
luckily for him, I saw his agent was supporting him and all of that, so that was like, you know,
But the thing is the league, their whole thing is to protect the shield. So I can't really see the league actually coming out and speaking out against it. You know what I'm saying? Because
shit, I don't see how the fuck they can't.
right?
Anybody who
won't.
saw that fucking video,
Yeah,
how can
but
you
the
not?
thing is
already they're putting out things saying that he did things to make it happen. There's
Get the fuck out of here.
the
NFL
NFL,
out of here. But
NFL
man, not to bang on his window.
The police
Get outta
voted
here.
this year,
Nah.
how like it was
The-
his fault.
ridiculous.
the thing about the NFL, and this is way off topic versus, you know what I'm saying, the whole endorsements or whatever. The NFL's thing is to protect that shield. They're going to protect business. The NFL knows that there's a lot of everybody that watches football. So they're not going, that's why they didn't back Colin Kaepernick, because they was like, if we back him and if we let him back in the league, that's us saying that we agree with the position that he took.
Plus,
And they know that a good portion of their viewers aren't necessarily agreeing with what Colin Kaepernick was doing,
And look
which
who the
is what you
owners
saw.
are.
Exactly.
And
The owners don't agree.
No.
I mean, I hate to say this shit, but the NFL is literally from the outside looking in. You got the owners that's the slave masters and the players on the field making the slave masters money.
Oh no,
And-
no.
they ain't hiding.
And they ain't
Hidden
hiding
thing.
that shit in no way, shape, or form.
Well, there is a disparity, and I do agree with that, the way it is. So,
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, though, these athletes are not hurt.
They ain't hurt.
They're not hurt. And that's where we come back into like the whole thing with, you know, why won't people come out and endorse? And then you have to really start wondering, well, is it really a money thing? You know, is it a
Right,
tax
right.
break thing that drives them because they have so many millions?
Yeah.
You know, and so that's why,
Makes you think.
who knows? I
Suspicious.
mean, I'm sure there's some and some that don't, you know, I'm just saying that's,
Well, and some probably don't want to get involved because then they're like, if I get traded to a team that their owner's a Trumper, or like if it could have like maybe half their fan
Yeah.
base is probably Trumpers.
Yeah,
so
you got
like
to think
that.
about
Yeah.
Jay-Z too. You got that. No one
Now-
to alienate.
Now let me say
Yeah.
this
Well,
though.
I
Let
mean,
me
you
say
take-
this.
hold on. You take Michael Jordan, for instance. Jordan never speaks out
Right,
on
No,
anything,
right.
anything.
because he knows everybody wears some goddamn shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's not going to, just like the NFL, he's not going to hurt his brand.
you're right.
So what ain't on brand, you ain't talking about it.
Right.
Man, as a
Now,
small
I gotta say
business
this.
owner, I honestly, you know, doing this podcast, all of us have some hand in business.
Well, shit.
It's taking a risk. I know. I'm alienating people.
Shit.
You know,
Damn. Excuse me.
Don't hit you hard.
Yes, sir.
I feel like we're at a place now. This is normal politics. This is about something different. And I got to throw it all out there. And you know, I made a personal decision to take the risk, and I know I'm taking a hit because of it. But you know, I think it comes down to personal. What you know, how you built.
Right, right.
What you
Dude,
truly
speaking of how you built,
For in the end.
Exactly.
speaking of how you built,
Yep.
everybody is pitching a bitch because Wayne is not the halftime dude in New Orleans.
Right.
Okay.
He will be a guest.
They wanted to say that Hove is hating on Wayne because of the previous situations or what have you, right? And I sat back and I thought on that shit. And I'm like, all right, I've been to a Jay-Z show before, right? Best show I ever went to. Well, one of the best shows I've ever been to ever. And I've been to a gang of shows. And I went to a Lil Wayne show and I wasn't fucking impressed. And then I got to thinking about numbers. And then I got to thinking about Kendrick. Like, I don't care for the not like a song or whatever. I don't care for that shit.
Uh-huh.
But it's the hottest thing smoking right now.
You said it.
Right.
It is
It's
the
what's-
hottest fucking thing smoking. You can't turn it on any radio station on Sirius XM that plays hip hop.
Yep.
Even the old school station is playing the shit. What's the local radio station in
I
Harrisonburg?
only listen to
Q101. They play that shit.
It's
Okay. It's
But I-
underneath.
Catchy,
So as a
catchy.
businessman,
I stay
right?
in my house.
As
and
a
I like-
businessman,
I tell
It's the
everybody.
only-
why would Jay-Z not take Kendrick, considering anyone who's seen a Lil Wayne performance ever? The
Well-
most he gonna do is run from one end of the stage to the other.
Yeah,
laugh.
right, stage,
I have seen Lil Wayne, and I'm with you on that.
Thank you.
It's DJ, and Wayne is one of the top 3 all time. And I've
In
always
your
been a-
opinion.
in my
In your opinion.
and always been a fan. But you are right. He's not what is hot right
Yeah,
now.
and he's
But-
not a showman.
but the thing
he's not a
is-
showman.
The
At all.
thing is what Jay-Z sees and understands is one.
He gonna get that money.
Kendrick has had the biggest year in hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
This year,
This
yes, sir.
year.
This year was his
Wayne ain't put out no music lately. You know what I'm saying? What bop you done heard that Wayne done put out here lately?
You know?
He ain't put out no major bop. Yeah, he been featured. He ain't had nothing.
Yeah,
to
cause-
song.
Oh.
But not to,
Kendrick-
hold on. But to get to my point, Kendrick is definitely going to be coming off of a Grammy, so it only makes sense to have him at the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? That's just
Absolutely.
projection, right?
They already. It ain't no hate for Wayne.
Ain't no.
It's
I'm
straight
pretty sure.
business decision.
They said Lil Wayne.
Business decision.
Yeah, that's-
I'm pretty sure.
He probably will.
take a shot of Drake.
Well, hold on. The thing about it, and I agree with Christian because I'm sure Christian seen my post. You still got this battle that's still hot. You know what I'm saying, between him and Drake. So you feature Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar invites Wayne out,
Yo.
who created Drake, and then you have him on stage performing the songs that Kendrick bodied Drake on.
All
That's
right, Rocky's prediction. Y'all
that's
remember
my
this.
prediction.
Nah,
that's
that's
my
never
prediction.
gonna happen.
You,
That's too
you
messy.
watch. It,
That's too messy to happen.
it's messy. That's what we built on.
It's America.
I'm gonna tell you.
It's
I'm
messy.
gonna tell you. I'm gonna say 2 words why that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you 2 words why that's not gonna happen. Jay fucking Prince is why that's not gonna happen.
Jay Prince got sunned by Mace. Jay Prince is done. Mace sunned the shit out of him.
May son the shit out of him for now. But you gotta remember this though.
When Mace said,
Mace ain't been to fucking Texas.
homies.
Mace ain't been to Texas yet. And I don't see him.
I bet you
and
Mace
I
roll
love
up.
that shit.
I bet you Mace roll up in. How we get on this? I
I
bet
don't
you
know.
Mace roll up in Texas and don't check the fuck in.
I bet you.
That's no check.
Word is bond. It's probably gonna be some backlash for that shit.
It might be some backlash, hey, but let's not forget the
Mace. The homie did that shit though. I swear to God, I ain't. Because I'm getting outrageous with that shit anyway. But anyway, though, we're gonna go on a break now and we'll check back in with y'all later, all right? All right, welcome back to the Pot and Politics Podcast. I am your host, Sean G's Waters. So, the strain of the week, we got to smoke Insane Churro. It's we got it from Queen City Grow, and I'm gonna let Christian tell y'all about it.
Hey y'all, this is I'm trying to get one last little one of the crosses was. So I was just looking it up. Okay, so Insane Churro is from Bigfoot Genetics. It's a hybrid of PAMB, PAMB, which I was just trying to look up, and I honestly don't know what that one is. And Insane Peach and Grape Churro. It's indoor grown. Its total THC came in at 21%. Yeah, I like the flavor. I like the flavor a lot. I like the smell a lot.
Mhm.
The terpenes were definitely there. It was a little fruity, a little floral. The buzz was, I would say, it's a very uplifting, energetic, maybe even a bit edgy. I would say. Understands what I mean by that.
Yes, it's got some edge to this motherfucker.
Maybe not the best discussion read. Not the best to bring up hot topics. But but it did. It was a nice long lasting buzz, and it carried me through for quite a few hours, and I liked it, man. I'm gonna put it at what was our scale again?
All right,
What's
so
the value?
we got trash, we got smokable, we got good, punchy, and stone.
I'm gonna go with punchy on it. Definitely punchy.
All right, well, What you got on, Ian?
That was a pretty good description. The buzz was good, definitely tasted good. Terps, nice. I'm gonna go punchy also.
Definitely.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
was a
And
good spin.
myself, yeah, I gotta say I was giving it a punchy, the energy that came with it. It made shit real confusing. Like I was confused for a minute trying to get my head back together. So yeah, I definitely got my dome rock. Punchy it is. So that's the bud. And hey, you growers out there, if y'all think I can grow some shit, like we've only had 2 stonies so far, and them shits ain't gonna come easy. Can you grow a stony? Like,
Grow it, put it on the table.
put it on.
That's evaluate.
Let me smoke it. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired. If you say you got that, I'm gonna let you know if you got it or not.
We
You
know
know
there's
what I mean?
fire growers out there,
We
Virginia.
know.
Let's see what you got.
And
Let's
even
see
if
what
you're
you
not a
got.
grower, like if you're a trader and you say you're trading the best bud out here, get at us. We'll preview it. We'll tell them where we got it. You know what I'm saying? So good job, Queen City. Y'all came through with a nice punchy, and yeah, I'm proud of you. I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna applaud that. Good job. Good job. All right. Yeah.
Oh, it's oh.
All right, y'all. So now that we are back at the Pot and Politics podcast, where we smoke grass, hash, and all of that good shit. So we're gonna talk about X and the must do, with them dumbass cars and
Leon Musk, is who Trump says his name is.
he calls him Leon. Oh yeah, that is the best. And I'm gonna roll with it. And I'm gonna roll with it.
His biggest supporters.
Yeah.
The nose gang.
When did that happen?
love Elon. We love Leon.
Oh my
You
god.
got the best Trump voice too.
We're Leon.
So, all right, y'all. Let's bring it back together. So, do y'all use it? Because I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all can judge me. I don't give a fuck. My wife know who she married. Goddamn it. Only time I go in there is to look at naked chicks or to go to a city and try to find a weed dealer when I'm out of town and I can't find no weed. That's the only reason I got for it.
I've never been on. Oh, well, I had Twitter when it was Twitter, but now when it switched over to X, I didn't keep it. So
I'm selective. I've been kicked off of it. I used to be Rudy. I used to be Giuliani's butt. Followed me. I was quite controversial, and I was banned for life. I was banned for life. So now I just peek in, I peek in at a few select people, like I like an old CIA analysis analyst. Anyway,
All right, I want to know about
Once
the
again,
chocolate.
Queen City for the bud. Yeah, I follow one person that used to be involved in government and whose parents were diplomats and different things because he has some inside views, and I do it just to peek in sometimes if anything's hot happening just to see what only horrible reasons. That's why.
Horrible reasons. All right, Chocolate Boy Wonder. I gotta know about your ass.
I mean, when it comes to Elon, like I feel like
No, nigga, are you on the X? Are you on the X?
hell no, man, y'all can fucking got me in contact. I'm used. No, I am not on Twitter. None of that stuff. Like, yeah, yeah, no, I don't do Twitter. X, whatever the hell you want to call
So
it.
do you choose not to just because of Elon, because he's a dumbass, or because of some other reason?
I just don't. It's just too much to keep up with. Like it doesn't really fit with what I do.
Yeah.
And yeah, X is my thing. Never has been.
Right.
It's hard to navigate. There's so much ads and so much bullshit.
And I mean, there's so many bots. Like I don't like interacting with
Exactly. It's hard.
fake random shit. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I'm more of a conversationalist. And in order for me to like, I'm not just going to tweet something and then, you know what I'm saying, just let it smoke. Like I want to engage in debate.
Exactly.
And I don't really know if Twitter's the best platform for that.
Yeah, because I'm confused a little bit. I mean, I ain't the best social media dude. You know what I'm saying? I can get hold my own, I guess. But like with Facebook, people don't hardly say shit that's off the wall or nothing, and ain't no nudities and none of that. But you walk into the Twitter world and it's titties and everything
Well-
and drugs and Yeah, and that's how, like I said
Wild
again, that's
West.
how I find my weed connects.
Yeah, I mean, all of that aside, like, I mean, like I said, I like the debate, and if I post something on Twitter and it goes viral, like, I would literally spend my whole motherfucking day arguing with people.
Yeah.
The second you at me with some dumb shit, like, here I am arguing with some fool that,
Yeah, because you're here.
you know, I like to have the last word. I'll be arguing until I go to sleep.
Right.
You would definitely wake up and still be fucking flaming. I ain't got time for that type of drama in my life.
Yes. Yes.
I'll add some fun facts in that I found. I'm like Sean. I actually have it, but it's usually for either tattoo art or ass. So
Yeah, that's, yeah, man.
add more in the comments.
It's awesome.
So for Elon Musk and Twitter, over 50 fake election claims this year. He allows Russians to use the platform to sow misinformation. He has complied with authoritarian Turkey on censorship requests while denying democratic Brazil and the EU. He boosted nationalists in India, China, and Argentina and received business favors from each as a kickback. So this is a dangerous guy, and
Wow.
he's meddling,
Wow.
and his influence is meddling in our election now. With his spread of lies and conspiracies.
That's the biggest thing is the owner is a monster of a human, in my opinion. I think everything he does
Ugh.
steps on. I'm not sure about the dude. I know he's dangerous. I'm maybe the most dangerous man in the world right now, in my opinion.
His money.
With the money, he's set to be a trillionaire in 2025. And if you became a trillionaire and if you're not saving people and saving the world, then you are an absolute monster.
Exactly. And I mean,
Kids and
think of what you could do with just a tenth of that money.
Damn,
You
$1
could end
trillion.
homelessness. You could end homelessness with a tenth of that money. Just with the amount he should be taxed
Oh,
Yeah.
would put us on top of education,
Right.
of
Yep.
everything.
I
But,
mean,
that's not what he's wanting to do. He
Hold
wants
on, wait.
world
Hold
domination. He
on,
wants oligarchs to run the world like they do Russia.
Wait a minute. So this motherfucker about to be a trillionaire off of selling them stupid ass cars?
First trillion.
nah, that's not all he does.
I mean, I know he do some other shit.
Think of
Yeah,
his
but
NASA contracts with
Yeah.
that SpaceX.
The SpaceX. They just
NASA, our government.
they did the first civilian spacewalk.
yeah, I saw
But
it.
see, the thing with Elon Musk that makes him dangerous is the fact that he does have so much money, and you know, with money comes the want for power. So and it's
I
the
like how
same
you
way
said
with
the
Trump.
one for power.
Yeah,
I like how you
it's
said
the
that.
same way with Trump. They got money, you know what I'm saying? So there's nothing else that they can get for themselves that they can't just go out and buy.
Right.
The one thing that they want is
They're better
total
officers.
power and
Yeah.
total control. As long as they can control half the damn world, you know what I'm saying? Now they feel like they don't even feel like kings, you know what I'm saying? Because they feel like, in a sense, Elon feels like he's God. Like he has a God complex. One, I'm pretty sure he's on the spectrum at some point. Is some level.
Yeah, he is on the spectrum.
Yeah, he's on the
also-
spectrum.
He's also a rich white man from South Africa. So
Yeah,
figure
so-
out how his world be different. Just go on.
What type of egotistical shit is it to take a car, put a dummy in that motherfucker, and send that bitch out of space playing fucking music?
Thinking he owns
He did that shit?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's
He
out
put
there
the
right now.
motherfucker out there right now, floating around, dummy in a goddamn car, rocking out, floating in space.
You want to know
Why?
fuck
That's
outta
that's
here,
what you
man.
call
So
that's what you call serious fuck you money.
Yeah.
I got enough money to where I could take a Tesla, chop the top off of it, put a motherfucking dummy in it, and I'm gonna send that bitch out of space and let it float for all eternity.
Just fuck.
All
Just
full
let the
fucking
bitch-
eternity. No, that's a God complex at its best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's called Starman. You can track it right here on this app. It tells exactly where it is in the universe.
You got to be fucking with my
Dead
mind.
ass.
That's fucking pathetic.
It is.
Can you leave this on?
The current case is-
Please leave this.
It's at 149,693,513.24. This is a growing number, of course, because it's real time. Light minutes away from Earth, moving away from Earth at a speed of 39,000 miles per hour. They said it's going to one day do orbit and come back around close to Earth again, and it's playing David Bowie's
Hold up. So how the fuck are they
Starlink
keeping it
and
charged all
radio.
this fucking time?
It don't have to be charged. It's in orbit. It doesn't
It's
have
in
to do
orbit.
shit.
I'm saying, but this, to keep playing the music is gonna die.
It's Elon
It's
Musk.
got
It's
solar-
Tesla,
I think it's
motherfucker.
solar.
What he does is
I
batteries.
think it's got a solar battery. Yeah, I think it's got a solar thing where it's running off of.
Yo, that's
Yeah.
That's
so
ego. It's pure ego.
Yeah,
it's
that's
straight
crazy.
ego.
yeah,
Can
that's.
you imagine
but,
having to listen
I
to
mean-
the same song over and over? And
That-
over?
Some of the greatest
Oh, it's just one
musicians-
song that's playing. Just
Yeah,
one
just that
song.
one song.
A lot of
And
them-
what song is this again?
The David Bowie.
It ain't
Yeah,
Rocket
so,
Man, is
It's
it?
kind of like the movie.
How do I not remember this name? That song is so embarrassing, but the
Nah, Rocket Man. That's Elton John.
Yeah.
Hey, the star.
Yeah, but anywho, either way, that's some egotistical shit.
now some of the greatest accomplishments.
As if we don't have enough
has been
space.
about rich ego. Let's not. I mean,
Yeah,
a
but
lot of those
goddamn.
things, plane, trains, and automobiles. We know these are all made by rich, crazy men. So I mean,
Is he into any type of philanthropy? Does he like is all of his money just going to toys for Elon? Is he actually doing anything? Okay, you got what is
I
it,
guess we can
Starlink?
argue about space. But I mean, I have my
Yeah, I
thoughts
think
about
other than that, it's all
the
based
value
on
of
his
space
own
exploration.
political views.
Yeah,
That's where-
exactly.
where
And
his money-
my thing is I feel like what needs to happen with Elon is it's almost a situation where the government has to put some sort of
Yes, they do.
sanctions, if you will, on his ass so he stays in his lane because
Yeah.
you're not a politician, but yet you're out here, you know what I'm saying, influencing elections and you know what I'm saying, and
Mhm.
you're allowing other countries to influence our election to, you know what I'm saying,
And influence,
perpetuate your views.
Absolutely.
and influencing elections. I mean, like going back to like the Taylor Swift endorsements, like that's okay to use your voice to push what you believe. But when you believe bullshit and racist stuff and homophobic stuff, then that's where you like have to censor people. But when you own your own platform, you can just spew that.
And buying the politicians is a whole different thing too
You know?
than endorsing. You know, he selectively dumps money in these.
Right.
Yeah, because at first he wasn't going to endorse Trump. Then some little handshakes went around, you know what I'm saying, in the background, and some money was exchanged, and now all of a sudden he endorsing Trump.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
he let Trump back on Twitter, so now they good.
And Trump
Yeah.
promised
Yeah, he
to
did.
probably to drop sanctions or
Yeah.
things that are holding him back, either
Exactly.
his program or X or
That.
it's his own.
Ain't it?
Uh-huh.
You'll be bigger than NASA.
NASA already
It'll
is
be
doing
bigger than
their own
anyone's ever
stuff.
seen.
I mean, they rely on SpaceX.
Science.
Right, and that's what we need to get back into is we need to rebuild the
Yeah.
They
NASA
want to
program.
they want to privatize
Take it back
everything.
out
They
of
want
the
to
Yes,
make
exactly.
oligarchs run every
Right.
single thing
Yeah.
from our prisons. Now they want to do schools.
Yep.
And Elon's right along with that. Right along, he thinks that the oligarchs and the rich are the smartest people, and
Yeah.
they should tell us all what to do. And I personally don't agree with that very much.
Yeah, I mean, you brought up the prison thing. I just watched something on the news about the slave labor of coming out of like Alabama prisons
Uh-huh.
and how they work in like McDonald's. Like they get to
Slaughterhouses.
leave for the day and go work at McDonald's or Wendy's or whatever, and they're paid. I mean, nothing.
It's on the
Yeah.
dollar.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy.
In
Like that.
Buckingham here in Virginia, and I'm sure that some listeners may be very familiar with this system down there, but you work in a slaughterhouse. I mean, you're a prisoner, you get to go choose to go, you don't work, you want to get out of this prison, go to a slaughterhouse.
Oh.
I don't know.
Going
I
back to
just
like Elon, I don't know. I mean, yeah, he needs to be pulled in, reined in, and he needs to start paying a ton of taxes. And I don't know. I feel like there should be some sort of like once you get to this much millions and trillions of dollars, you have to give something to charity. You
I
have
feel
to
now. I
sort of-
feel like if you're a
start
trillionaire,
some
your
sort of
tax
fund.
bracket should be 75%.
Yeah.
American Is he an American citizen? Did we look that up?
I don't know if we verified that.
Yeah, I don't have any
Yeah,
idea.
let's
I think he has
fact check
dual.
that.
I think he has dual. or
Oh,
something.
maybe, yeah.
That would be
So while we
interesting.
have the fact checking going on,
That would be interesting.
damn. See, that's the one thing about smoking marijuana though, and doing the show while we're doing it. I be forgetting a lot of shit that I be wanting to say to fill in gaps and things of that nature. But it's okay.
American, Canadian, South African.
Damn. Oh, so he got
Three.
three.
So if
Yeah,
you attack him
he's
too much, he'll just leave.
until he actually starts doing something that's beneficial. Like I see no use for him. Okay, yeah, you're getting us into space. You're trying to fucking colonize Mars. I'm assuming that you're going to be the king of the colonize Mars.
More people are going to Mars.
Hell no. Exactly. When the planet burns up and we done fucked everything up and killed off everything. Elon and
His rich friends will.
I dare to say ain't gonna be no black folks on Mars because we ain't going up that motherfucker. You ain't bringing us with you.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, he's just
We damn sure ain't going. We ain't gonna be
Yeah,
on the first drone that go.
make
That's not gonna
Starlink
happen.
free for all
Right.
Americans. And I might back you on something. You might be starting to scratch the surface. If I'm paying goddamn $260 damn dollars for cable and internet, make Starlink free. Now we can talk.
Yeah, this is nothing more than another luxury service for the 1%.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all.
How about if you have more than 10 million, you have to go? We all reseed this one.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
Shit.
thank you.
Put all millionaires on Mars. Millionaire Mars, goddamn it.
Johnson,
Mars.
y'all gotta go,
Gotta get weird up there.
Some fun, man.
Yeah, we'll reseed this one down here and set it back up again.
That's right.
Word, man. What else we got left, y'all? Let me see here.
Well,
We got a couple more things to talk about.
I mean, it was a big week. We can't be hurting for information,
Yeah,
hurting
nah.
for news.
How about the old Kentucky gentleman that decided to shoot up the highway and now
Yeah,
he's
let's
on the
talk
run,
about him.
doing
He's on the
Rambo
run.
action down there. And
Now, my man, Ian, you know, he is great at getting information that has been fact checked. And let me tell y'all something about me. Why you're, you might think many things of me, but I love fucking fact check. I love that shit. And anything that comes across this show is gonna be fact checked. And if it's bullshit, so be it. It ain't coming across through here. Anyway, truth. I was looking in at these facts, and this is the 30th mass killing this year at 127
Yep.
people.
It's true.
I mean, it's America's gun culture.
So has anybody died in this Kentucky shooter guy? Like, is he?
no one died. I think he
Okay.
As of
This-
yet.
But yo, this
We had that going here a couple years ago. You remember when the guy was sitting up on Afton shooting at people?
yeah, but that shit ended like quick. Like this motherfucker actually was hitting some people though.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Some motherfuckers got hit. They just ain't died. And they ain't got this bitch neither. Yeah, matter of fact, what happened to the motherfucking Afton? What did they do to him?
I think they caught
Did they
him.
kill him?
But they didn't kill him.
They ain't kill him.
Yeah, I think they caught him.
Oh, they did catch him.
I
No,
think
the one
so.
when he did it in Afton.
Oh yeah, the guy in after no, they shot.
Okay.
They killed him.
They killed him.
They killed him.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
And they tried to talk to him. I think he fired a shot at them or near them, and they
Well,
put
you
him.
know how
I
they
mean,
are.
like a lot. Like it was like a lot of rounds. Yeah.
Shit.
This guy right here, he shot. If you guys haven't heard, he was in Kentucky, near Loudon, Kentucky, on Interstate 75. He had told some friends that he was going to go shoot as many people as he could, and then finish himself off. This is 8 miles from the rural community of Loudon. He ended up shooting. 12 vehicles were struck. 5 people were taken to the hospital with. I think they're all going to live. It looks like it was. He shot maybe 20 to 30 rounds. He
Jeez.
bought the AR-15. You know, it comes. I don't even know if I had to say that right now. You probably would have guessed it. It's an AR-15 and 2,000 rounds he bought that morning before he went out to do this.
And that doesn't
Spent
flag.
$3,000 on the entire package.
How much?
$3,000 for the AR. I mean, 2,000 rounds. That's a lot.
And nobody thought that.
Yeah, this guy needs 2,000 rounds.
Nobody thought that should have been flagged before his ass got out the door. The fucking ATF should have been.
Well, and who's
Or the
shooting up everybody and like
2,000 rounds. They let him walk out of that bitch
With
with
a weapon of war and that.
2,000 rounds.
I'm like, you got
First
2,000
off, hold
rounds.
on,
You
what
only got
fucking
2
store-
mags. Like, what the fuck
What
is you finna
store
do?
did he go to
That has that many
had
rounds?
that many rounds?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
That's first off,
But
because
this
like
is-
Okay,
I mean,
Shoot.
because you're buying
Yeah.
bandoliers. You're not even buying cartridges. You're buying bandoliers
That's what
at
I'm
that
saying.
point.
I'm fact checking myself. This article is now saying it was 1,000 rounds, but still, I mean,
Yeah.
shit, 1,000 rounds is
he
still a
shot
lot of rounds.
30 and hit with 12 cars.
Because I can tell you this much, like shooting 9mm bullets it'll take me a few hours to run through, 100 or 200 rounds.
That's if you reloading. With a AR, if you got a 32 round mag, it won't take that long to run through it.
So he's on the run now in the woods. He was Army Reserve from 2013 to 2019.
Oh,
Served
shit.
as a combat engineer before he was honorably discharged. So he's trained. He's not gonna. He's has
This
suffered
could
from
be
post traumatic
I was
stress
just
disorder.
gonna say, this is gonna,
it's a PTSD.
This is a
This-
soldier.
So he's hiding somewhere in the mountains and
vet in
shit.
crisis
Right.
again.
this
and
is a veteran in crisis.
But you know, this is
Exactly
the
right.
perfect.
And he still
segue.
has the gun though, right?
This is the perfect segue. We asked the
You don't have
question:
the
how
guns
can
yet,
somebody
but-
buy that
Oh, they
many
got the
rounds, right?
Yeah.
And not get red flags.
Yeah.
And then, touching on the Georgia shooting, that senseless tragedy. I mean, again, it's how can a young kid at 14 be looked at by the FBI, and then his father purchases a gun and is allowed to gift it to him,
Yep.
and then they can't even pass in the state Senate legislation for safe lock legislation.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about any kind of real ban.
By the way, Google that video of the police interview with the father after the threats were made from that kid, from that shooter last week. The interview, you've never seen a guy gaslight the cops so bad. You've never seen cops let a man gaslight them so bad. It's definitely something to watch, and you should see and know exactly why that man went out the following Christmas, just a few months later. Went ahead and bought that kid an AR-15. after
Well, I
he
can
had
tell you
told
what
him
I
he
saw.
was gonna shoot him.
Unbelievable.
I can tell you what I saw. I saw him bitch the fuck up sitting in court.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw that shit.
Yeah, it was a
Because he
different-
know that shit was
Yeah,
real.
Google that
yeah.
too, and then
Two different
contrast, 'cause
dudes.
that's
Yeah,
two
I
different
saw
dudes.
I saw that. And because in
And he
court,
deserves every
y-
year. he's
yo,
gonna be getting.
in
deserves
court,
every
my man was fucked all the way
Lock
up.
the parents.
Like he
This is-
already
this-
know he ain't coming home no more.
Lock up the parents.
This is the question that I have. His mama knew enough about his situation to call the school in advance and tell them that he was having a crisis and he was going to do something bad at school.
Had contact
How the
with
fuck did he
several
get out of your house
They-
if you already knew?
Yeah, the mama don't live with him.
Failure on so many
Yeah.
levels. No,
But dad-
That's why the mama ain't in that shit.
First divorce.
The mom had just got out of jail and shit, right? Yeah, she just got. Yeah, the mom's. Yeah, she's been locked up and all kind of shit.
And he kept the son.
And was
The other kids went with mom somewhere else.
said the boy had a hard time because of the divorce. It was having a hard time transitioning to school, was getting bullied, and
So you just gonna go and start shooting motherfuckers?
So first and foremost, know what the fuck is going on with your kids. If something's going on with them, get them help,
Right.
and maybe you might be able to prevent some of this shit.
I mean, here's the thing: like nobody wants to sit around. I've said this shit before. It'll be real hard, to sit there and admit that your child has a fucking problem. But as a parent, it's your fucking duty.
Right.
If you know your kid is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, or not, no, let me take that back. That's wrong. The wrong attitude to have. But if you know your kid is going through some shit,
Right.
you don't let them have any access to a weapon
Right.
of any fucking kind. That's one. And B, take your kid, man, and see what's going on.
Because it's not just mass shootings. Kids are killing themselves at extremely high rates. They're suiciding. They're having depression and anxiety at these extremely high rates. So love your kid enough to protect them from themselves when they're not doing well. Like,
I used to get to go home from the bullying and the things like that.
Yeah.
I've been on both sides of bullying, but at 3:00 the bell rang and we went home. And it didn't. Now, because of your phone and the internet, you can't
Right.
escape it. These
Right.
kids are going through it. They're seeing
Yeah.
it. It's 24/7 and it's wearing them thin. And we are failing them at every
Yes.
level. We fail them at the mental health level.
Yeah.
We're failing them at the mental health level, the family level.
Right.
And then we're failing them with not taking these weapons of war and making it harder to get. I have said it before, and since Christian speak to make it clear, I am a dirt road Democrat. I'm a hunter. I've always shot guns since I was little. My family is embedded in the culture. But there has to be limits
right.
to what is, the world changes and we change with it.
Right.
And seeing children slaughtered day after day,
Yeah.
having my child know exactly what to do in case of a shooter, it doesn't make me happy. Seeing that happen on the TV and sitting there thinking,
Yeah.
am I going to send my child, kiss him on the head, send him to school, and have him not come home.
Right.
I just can't even think. All agree to let that happen to other Americans and think it doesn't affect all of us. It'll be your kid tomorrow.
Yep.
It'll be my kid the next day. We've got to do
Yep.
something, man. We've got to do something. Those are weapons
And
of
if
war.
it was your kid tomorrow, by next week we'd be talking about a different kid. Like that's how scary that is the fact that we are letting all these people, kids die, teachers die, and we just move right on like, yep.
Until the next news cycle hits and we found out that it happened again,
Like-
because it is September, and I can guarantee you before January gets here, we'll be having the same conversation again, because it's
Just went back to
it's-
school.
it's a repeat thing. Exactly. The school year just started. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an election year. The crazies are out.
Yep.
And I can guarantee you before January gets here,
Yeah.
we'll be talking about this again.
Our sense of community's gone, man. You
Yeah.
used to know the neighbors' kids. You used to actually help parent the neighbors' kids. I don't know if
Right.
You remember my
Right.
grandmother, the grandmas living next
Yes.
door, all that
Yeah.
Shit,
It's
nowadays
fucking
the
up
neighbors,
shit.
nowadays the kids that neighbor each other don't know each
Don't
other
know.
because they don't come out the
That's
fucking
what I'm
house.
saying.
Right.
You
You're
used
in the house on Xbox and
Fortnite. and shit.
IG and fucking X, every damn thing else.
Yeah.
Back in the day, how we know where we was at?
Bicycles out there.
Bicycle outside.
Yeah.
I'm rolling by Sean's back on the skateboard.
It came, hey,
Yep. Yeah. Shit.
Man, we're definitely living in a we're adjusting to this the internet's fresh. It's changed how our kids act. They're into more going out in the neighborhood and hanging. Shit, we rolled 30 deep when I was a kid. Couldn't
Yep.
wait to get out there.
couldn't wait.
And we learned to be humans in society that way. We learned to care about each other and care what happened to each other, and we
Right.
lost that. And
Yeah.
they fogged that gun shit, which is they're trying to take our gun. No one's trying to take your guns. We're
Right.
trying to save our children.
Trying to
Right.
educate you how to use guns
and-
safely and how to keep guns and make sure everyone around you stays safe.
And no realistic person thinks that they're ever going. Kamala's not. By the way, Kamala's not going to take your guns. There is no logistical way.
Right.
There's 10 times the guns as there are people
Gonna
in
go
this
knock,
nation.
knock, door
We
to
are
door.
firmly favored in our 2A. They're not coming for your guns.
And
What they
Kamala's
might need you to
definitely
do
not.
is to stop having ones that you can kill an entire Walmart with in 2 minutes.
Right. Right.
Don't let personal tragedy be the only motivating factor as to why you want to have common sense policies.
There you go.
That's
Boom.
at the end of the day.
Right.
I still say every gun out there, if you need home protection, you should have a shotgun, 3-round shotgun.
God damn it, I got a lot of guns.
If you need personal protection, I mean, I agree with pistol. Like I said before, maybe we need to go back to 6-shooters. You know what I'm saying? That way, you better make sure you aiming at what the hell you intend to shoot. But
y'all hate
as
me 'cause
far
I want a fucking grenade.
as far as having AR-15s and Dracos and AKs and shit, like you're not hunting with those. Like that's not a home defense weapon. Like you fire that bitch off in your house, you killing whoever you was shooting at, the motherfucker that was next door to you, the
Right.
dude down the street, dog that's outside. You never shot everybody
Right.
because one, your ass can't aim any fucking way. You ain't been in no range. You ain't, you know what I'm saying, hit no targets decently. You just, most of these cats that's got guns just got them to say, oh, I'll go get my AR.
Uh-huh.
Well, motherfucker, you don't even hunt. What do you got it for? Like, so if you're telling me you don't hunt and you have an AR-15, why the fuck do you have it?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Why do you have it?
I'm gonna tap in. Now here, I don't do conspiracy theories. Y'all know that I don't. I just do one. I just do one. And my one conspiracy theory is that one day, one of these countries might get jump batshit crazy enough to bring the war
Try to invade.
here,
Yeah.
right?
We're the
That's
most
why we're
militarized country in
But
the
I
world.
know this, but
You want to help?
we close as fuck to DC. We close as fuck to DC is all I'm saying, y'all.
I'll help. I'm ready to
And
help.
if the shit happen and the motherfuckers is walking down my street,
Sure,
I'm
sure,
gonna light their ass up.
The not.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna light their ass up,
so as the resident
No, I get
Marine,
that. Yeah.
That's it.
as the resident Marine,
That's it. Go to my little gun range. I shoot my little shit. I put the block back on. I put them back in the bag, and they go in the closet. And I look at the old lady, and I'm like, It might happen.
So let me say this.
One day, and I'll.
Let me say this as a resident Marine here, and I know a little bit of shit.
Well, I know you do. You
Know a
big
little
man,
bit of shit.
leatherneck
You
motherfucker.
got all of these people that say that it's their right to own a weapon, and their main objective of owning weapons is in case the government tries to come and take over everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, I can guarantee you, if we got a motherfucking house full of 65 goddamn good old boys that's well trained at fucking shooting at deer, you get motherfucking 3 privates, a lance corporal, a goddamn corporal, and a fucking sergeant, and we will fucking tear that whole house down. It will not be a single motherfucker left in there. I don't give a fuck if you got a goddamn AK, you got a M16, you got your 30-06. I guarantee you, you don't know what it's like when motherfuckers come through the door moving in a tactical manner. It's not the shit you used to seeing. That Call of Duty bullshit does not work. I don't give a fuck what you think.
There's no
If
running
we
from
come
it.
through a motherfucking house and we clearing rooms, you fuck. I don't give a fuck how many people sitting in there. So stop thinking you're fucking Rambo. And yes, there are some guys out there that were military that think like, you know what I'm saying? If the government comes and tries to take what I got, I'm motherfucker, you know goddamn well. You and fucking Jim Bob ain't got shit on goddamn Lance Corporal Smuckatelli and Sergeant Slaughter. You ain't got shit to do with them. You cannot fuck with them straight up.
It's the best in the world, and that means Kentucky too.
And they train daily for this shit. Like, what people don't understand is the military just don't fucking train on Saturdays and the rest of the week they fucking off. They're training every single day to do the shit that you think that you fucking want smoke with. You don't want it. I'm telling you. You better fucking goddamn smoke your weed and sit in the motherfucking corner and shut the fuck up. Because if they come for your guns, if they come for your fucking truck, if they come for your wives, I don't give a fuck. They taking it.
Yep.
So chill the fuck out. Settle down. Yeah, stand back and stand by. I can guarantee you. You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand how
Pretty good
few.
Call of Duty.
I'm on my rant shit right now, so y'all gonna have to bear with
Oh, man.
me. I'm on my rant shit.
Love the perspective.
You don't understand how few military personnel it takes to goddamn fuck a whole situation up.
Oh shit!
So
Hey, I done
when you
seen some
think
movies.
when you
I know
think
that
your little
shit.
fucking AR-15 and the goddamn 65 rounds that you got stashed already fucking loaded, motherfucker, I'm gonna tell you as a Marine, we don't use flashbangs. We use motherfucking straight frag grenades. You see the Army, when they kick in the door, they throw a flashbang. We don't fucking do that shit. We kick the door and we throwing 3 motherfucking frags. Whoever's left standing is getting fucking shot. Deal with that shit. We ain't worried about fucking blinding your ass because we know all you're gonna do is aim at the door and start shooting. So when we kick the door in, there's frags coming in that motherfucker before we do, and you're not standing through that.
Yeah, so that whole state militia thing, you know, if
Right.
So
they
y'all
monitor, they
motherfuckers.
monitor them, and they know what you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you
yeah,
military.
they know what I know, but at the same
There
time,
ain't nothing.
those
They
fucking
ain't got-
militias,
They ain't got nothing.
they don't have shit. You
Y'all
got
hear this, militias, right?
somebody
No, I'm
sitting
saying
out there
the
with
government knows
Bob?
what you know, and that's why they
yeah,
worried
yeah.
about
You
them.
these motherfuckers. When you think
Gravy seals, man. We call them gravy seals.
yeah, when you got the he's going with the shotgun, you got the guy behind him with a motherfucking saw. You got goddamn dudes behind him with motherfucking with ARs with ACOGs. You're not doing nothing. So settle down with your whole little fucking. I got my fucking rifle and I'm going to defend my family. No, yeah, okay, well that's cool if somebody decided that they want to break in your house, but you can settle that situation with a shotgun. And you ain't got to worry about killing a whole bunch of fucking people while doing so. That's the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is there's no reason for you to have a fucking AR because you're not hunting with that bitch.
Right.
You're not out here goddamn, you're not out here defending your country like you think you are. And please believe me, these other nations, if it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. We got fucking Norfolk, we got San Diego, we got fucking Camp Lejeune, we got goddamn Camp Pendleton, we got 29 Palms. They're not coming. These motherfuckers literally will have to come through Canada, and they not coming through that motherfucker.
We ain't getting
We ain't getting raided. We surrounded all the way the fuck around by military bases. Nobody's coming in this motherfucker. If you might be able to fly on some Red Dawn shit and have some motherfuckers paratroop in here, that's.
Not
You get
unless
shot.
they're doing that.
Your ass getting shot on the way down. Because-
They'll
Yeah,
never find another one.
Or
They'll
two
never
when they
find
tried
it.
that shit.
yeah. It's like I said, the average civilian does not need an AR-15. You just don't. You really don't.
Our tax money goes to the defense. Like you said, you guys are our defense.
Exactly.
I rely on y'all to do that, so I don't have to.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And
Exactly.
if you want an AR-15, you're
And I
using it
appreciate
against,
you
like, your
doing that
neighbors.
shit.
That's who you want to use against
Right.
is your
Yeah.
neighbors.
Yeah.
You know, but I do look. I said it before on a previous podcast. I think that if you are a person of color, you're crazy to give up your arms right now because I think that the right white is heavily armed, and until everyone gives them up, no one gives them up.
Yeah,
But as far as as AR-15s, you had a great point that there could be a way if they're fun to shoot. Go
Yeah,
to a
they're
place
fine.
just like with the military. You check it out of the armory.
Exactly.
Go have
Exactly.
your fun. You check
Exactly.
it back into the armory.
Yep.
There's no reason for it to be in your
Exactly.
Right.
And I mean, the thing is like
Right.
if that is your goal of having an AR-15 is because you like to shoot. I mean, get with your local gun clubs, and you know what I'm saying. There needs to be legislations to where, okay, you can have these weapons. You know what I'm saying? You can have AR-15s, you can have Dracos, you can have AK-47s, you can have a Barrett if you want. For those who don't know, Barrett 50 cal. As long as you have somewhere to store it, that is a place that is legally obligated to store your rifle. At the end of the day, when you're not at the range shooting it and it has to be checked in every day, that rifle is accounted for. They can bore scope that bitch right there and figure out the daggone schematics on what, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
the bullet print on it is. So you check your shit out and you go shoot up some shit. We already know you done it because you checked your rifle out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like all of these.
So our most
Unsolved-
trained military, let's make this clear, our most trained have to check that weapon out. People have to know where it goes.
Oh
every
yeah,
second.
just in case y'all didn't know, I don't know how the other branches do it. I know how the Marine Corps does it. When it comes to weapon safety, like that is first and foremost. So if your ass is not on the rifle range, you are in the field, and you ain't in boot camp, you don't have your rifle. I only seen my bitch 3 times a year. 3 times a year is all I touch my fucking rifle.
Crazy.
So if you're not going to the rifle range, now mind you, you say, why was it only 3 times a year? I'm not
That's what I'm
infantry.
thinking.
I'm not infantry. I was going to transport. I don't need a fucking rifle every day.
All right, because I'm sitting there thinking, like, hold up, because I'm wanting you to be like, I want you on your right. You protecting us, so I want you
Nah,
on that
see,
bitch
that's
to go steady.
not my fucking
Like, I
job.
don't want her to be a side
Now,
girl. I
when it
want y'all
comes
steady.
to grunts, when it comes to infantry, they with their rifle every day because that's their job. That is what
All
they
right,
do.
Okay.
Every
Thank you for
Marine,
clearing
first
that
and
up.
foremost, is a rifleman. I don't give a fuck if you're a pencil pusher. I don't give a fuck if you deliver mail. First and foremost, you're a rifleman. So you will be well qualified on your rifle. But you only have so many, you know what I'm saying, so many days out of
That
the year to do that.
and be able to carry that rifle out of work and into a grocery
Oh,
store.
my roommate did that. When he first, this stupid motherfucker, Anderson. This motherfucker, when he first got to the fleet, we were on the range. So as soon as he got to the fleet, he goes to the rifle range. He buys a car from an Air Force member, Nissan Skyline. Everybody's geeked about Skylines. This was back in daggone 2000. He's 17 years old. He went in the military early, 17 years old. He was on Okinawa for 3 years, so he was eligible to buy a car. So they let him buy a car. He buys a Skyline. Motherfucker's so excited that he got to buy a Skyline. The dude from the Air Force that he was buying it from, which was 2 bases down from us, pulls up to pick him up in the car. He was like, we're going to go to the Japanese equivalent of fucking DMV so you can get your car registered. This motherfucker doesn't check his rifle in. He puts the rifle, he's brand new. He's a fucking private. He has no clue. Puts his rifle in the car. They drive down to fucking Kadena Air Base and do all the fucking paperwork. Mind you, we just got off the rifle range. They check rifles in.
Oh,
Anderson's rifle's still fucking missing. Whole
God.
entire base gets put on fucking lockdown. Whole motherfucking base gets put on lockdown. Every Marine, every sailor, every goddamn airman, everybody gets on Camp Hansen gets put on fucking lockdown because they can't find this rifle. Well, when you get put on lockdown, the fucking gate's locked. So you can't come in unless they check your fucking vehicle. So dumbass. Now, mind you, Air Force don't carry rifles. They don't really fuck with rifles like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if they do rifle qual. I've talked to airmen that have never touched a fucking rifle besides boot camp. So Air Force guy don't know that that's not something you can do. So when homeboy rolls up with the damn rifle and put it in his car, like he didn't think nothing about it and shit. So they come back on base. This is getting real long-winded. For those of you who don't know, I drive a truck. I drink energy drinks Today's the 2 energy drink day. So you getting all of you getting all the smoke today. So yeah, anyway, they get to the fucking gate. MP's fucking search his car. Rifles in the fucking trunk. Locked up. I think he done like maybe until they figured out what the fuck was going on. I think he did like maybe 3 days.
Wow.
Oh my God.
He was already a fucking private, so he couldn't get busted down. But of course, they took his motherfucking pay, and you know what I'm saying, like he was inevitably be promoted for like the next fucking year. So all of that shit happened,
Oh,
and they suspended his license. And I might have pictures of his car on my phone. Anyway, so he has this. This is in 2000. Yeah, 2000. He bought a fucking 1995 Nissan GTST. Bitch is sweet. Almost brand new. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Barely even 5 years old.
Thank you.
Car sitting there is collecting dust for 6 months and that motherfucker couldn't drive.
Oh,
6 months. And it's right outside our window. We just looking at it. I'm like, bro, like I ain't got a license. I'm only here a year. They ain't give me a fucking license to drive the POV. So yeah,
So the military's that tight on
We're-
weapons.
we're that tight on fucking
We
weapons.
can be, and you know, there's a lot of
Right.
Marines sitting in Congress
Yeah,
that
yeah,
know that protocol,
exactly.
Right.
but won't vote,
Right.
Wow.
Exactly.
won't move to the House floor
Too much money.
to protect children.
Right.
Too much money being
Yeah.
by the lobbyists.
Well, their kids aren't done.
Control it all.
NRA's a machine. So
Their kids don't go to public schools and their kids don't go to school.
Absolutely. That's
take the money out of politics. It's more of that. More of the problems come from these
Yeah.
people being bought and sold. NRA being able to sink money into Ted Cruz's account or whoever.
So-
United and term
Yeah.
limits.
Yeah.
When we say common sense gun control, common sense to me would be to if you have a rifle that can cause mass destruction, it should be heavily regulated when and where you can use it and where you have to store it. You should not just be able to put it in your fucking closet where little Johnny gets pissed off and motherfucking Mikey at fucking school and he goes and shoots the whole damn school up over some fucking chocolate milk. Like common sense shit.
Common sense.
And you could say, well, they can kill somebody with a knife. You fucking right. But how many goddamn people, how many school slashings have you heard of? I don't remember hearing about one of them.
No.
I mean, you can fact check me on it, but I don't remember no
I don't-
bunch
I
of
don't
motherfuckers
remember.
getting stabbed
I
up.
know one thing. You ain't gonna kill the whole damn classroom with a knife
Yeah.
when they stop.
True. True.
Shit, knives and scissors been in classes. We used to have X-Acto knives. How long they been in classes? Ain't nobody got sliced up.
Yeah,
And
well,
you know, blame it on mental health, but going and dressing. Where's the money then?
Right.
Where's
That's a good point. It's a good point because
make a move on it?
that is the right
Because
wing.
you want to blame it on that,
position.
but you don't want to do anything
Right.
about that.
Yeah.
And mental health is a huge problem in our country right
Right.
now. We're all suffering from PTSDs from a lot of different things.
Right.
no
a
doubt.
lot of different things.
Speaking of which, all right, we're gonna go ahead and take a break and we'll come back and we'll start talking about
I'll try to tone it down a little bit
a lot
in the
of
next
different
section.
Welcome back to the Pot and Politics Podcast. I'm your host, Sean G's Waters, and I still have the crew with me. So yeah, let's talk about the debate. I want to talk about the debate.
Yeah.
I found it to be I don't even know a good word, what I want to call it. It was weird. But I'm gonna say this, okay? I'm gonna say this. Kamala whooped his ass.
Amen.
She put that motherfucker in the corner.
Look at her. Did you notice that?
Yes,
Never ever looked at her.
He had the same posture talking to Kamala Harris as he did when he was sitting there talking to Putin. It was almost like his soul had been snatched from him, and he knew the person that was sitting across from him was stronger than he was. So he was just sitting there, shoulders slumped and head down. He didn't want none of that smoke.
Yeah.
He didn't want
He
nothing.
didn't want none of it, and he could not handle any of it. You know what? And this is my favorite thing right here. I know for a fact that when that shit was over, by the time he made it down to the pit to start, I'm not gonna say that shit because we in the presence of a lady, but start doing the things that he was doing.
The spin room.
By the time he made it into the spin room to start spinning shit, I know his motherfucking ass was thinking to himself, he should never, ever had questioned that woman's motherfucking intelligence.
Right.
So here is a loaded clip for your ass. Okay? That woman is very fucking intelligent. She proved that shit.
And not only that, like the difference of them being able to control themselves is what, like, that shows leadership. Like, she never lost her cool. She talked. She gave detail. Like, that's what pisses me off about the news coverage. Is they're saying they wanted more details about her plans. She told you she was going to give you, $6,000 per kid. She told you she was going to give you $50,000 to start a small business.
Yeah.
She told you she'd give you $20,000 to put towards your first home. Like, I'm so confused that the standard for her is so high, and we're not addressing the fact that this guy who's running for president is talking about immigrants eating our pets. Like, that's dangerous rhetoric that is going to cause a lot of violence, and that is something we do not want in a president, do not want in a leader. We don't want that in our neighbors. Why would we want that in our president? Like,
I will give Kamala all the respect in the world because she held her shit together
right?
when he said that shit.
She's
She laughed, as
Like
yeah,
a
but
baby laugh.
if looks could kill.
I would have nothing else to debate on. Like, I looked at myself, I'm thinking, like, this motherfucker really just said that they are eating the fucking. Listen, if they're eating the dogs and the cats, okay.
I saw it on TV. I saw it on TV.
So
He saw it on television. That's what he says, right? And then when they fact check the shit, when they facts,
Hannibal Lecter's on TV too, by the way.
thing I can't handle.
Exactly.
I hate it. I hate it when, like I said, I'm big on fact checking, and I hate it when the fact checker fact checks, and you've been fact checked,
yep, and you still
and you fucking double down.
yep.
And he fucking doubled down, Joe. He's like, we'll see.
No,
We'll see what, motherfucker?
Right.
He just sat here and told your ass
Yep.
that he has not said anything of the sort. No one has been complaining over
We're
that
seeing
shit.
right now. You just saying.
Yeah, you're just not seeing it. It's already been solved.
It's a deeper thing. It's a deeper problem we have. And I read a couple stories about actually how he was speaking and his sentence structure, and maybe there is some neurological. He's 78. People get old. It's just
Right.
it's natural process. Sometimes dementia is a part of that. But I'd like to read the response to one of the questions just to be clear what Kamala was dealing with, because I think she is one of the classiest, nicest people in the world. If he was facing someone who was like him, he would have been so cruel and nasty to that person. But she laughed at him, of course, but she could have been a lot meaner. So when I asked him about if he had any regrets for the Capitol riots on January 6th, here's his response. I have said blood.
Hold on, wait. Pause.
Should I do it in a voice?
Please. Do it in a voice. Please.
I have said blood bath. It was a different term, and it was a term that related to energy. But they have destroyed our energy business. That's where bloodbath was. Also, on Charlottesville, that story has been what you would say debunked. Laura Graham, Sean Hannity, Jesse, all these people, they covered it. And they go an extra sentence, they will see it's perfect.
Now, if you were to read that paragraph, it makes absolutely no sense. It never touched on January 6th at all. He said blood bath. And if you do any dementia studies, what you do is when the first dementia starts to onset, you'll replace words. I have a family member suffering with it now, so I can speak on this. You'll try to find a word and you'll replace it with something. Like if I was to say go jump in the pool, I might say
Origins
pit.
with oranges.
And I might say pit instead of pool. Just it'll be a similarity, but you can't quite. That origins and oranges is a big one. But he does this constantly, and with blood bath. It was a different term, and it was a term that related to energy because they have destroyed our energy business. Let me get back. Do you have any regrets about January 6th? And for some reason, he gets a pass at just saying these insane things that don't loop together and messing up words. I can remember a short time ago when old Joe Biden was right there with the calls every time and this man has had a stutter his whole life.
Right. Right.
an excuse to mess up words, but for
Right.
some reason he's put over the coals, and
Right.
even liberal media, even MSNBC, CNN, are
Yep.
giving this man a pass on
Yep.
a lot of things.
Yep.
We should be talking about what is wrong with him.
Right.
I mean,
It's-
the whole everybody should have known something was wrong with him when he came out with the whole grab him by the P word thing.
Right.
Like once he got a pass for that,
Right.
it was easy to see that the bar was real low for Donald Trump. He was going to get a pass. Exactly.
Mocking the handicap.
Exactly. He was definitely going to
That's
get a
what-
pass. When we say grading on the curve, that some bitch boy, he got a West Virginia curve.
I'm being treated unfairly.
Right. It's
I-
just
Yeah, I'd like to say that, I think once again, another great eye, of him claiming that it was unfair, the debate, the moderating.
I guess you're missing mine enough.
And the two things, I mean, touching on what Jennifer said, about her treatment, the critiques that she gets, I think she put policy
right.
ideas forward,
Right.
Absolutely.
and I think also that the political pundits, they're like, the way they're covering her, they wanted her to explain why she's changed positions.
Uh-huh.
And her answer is solid. Her values are still the same. And the thing about it is anybody that knows as time progresses, revelations in science or whatever
Right, We're getting a new job.
Wise
Vice
people
president
evolve.
probably exposed her to a
You're
lot of
going-
things that you like.
that's right.
I may have really thought I supported
experience,
it.
These
Right,
are all
like-
things.
Intelligent
that
people
factor
evolve.
in.
Right.
And that's one of the problems with Trump is he hasn't evolved on anything
Right.
Ever.
ever. I mean, from race to
Right.
to gender relations.
Right.
He hasn't. He's a caveman. He's a
Yeah.
damn troglodyte.
Yep.
Yes, he is.
He is a troglodyte.
My favorite part from the debate though is when Kamala looked at him about to say, and this ain't Carter Civil. Our president, now woman, now you know goddamn well. He was about to say when this motherfucker,
And we wanted you to say it.
please, what's on your mind? They can't do. Hey, that's live TV. Donald Trump gonna get on there and cuss, so you might as well. Hey, sometimes you got to put a monkey in his place. Put his ass back in the tree.
He slipped in that she put out.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, that's just some old nasty old boomer talk.
Yeah.
Man, that is
Yeah.
nasty.
And
How many
That's
lies
the
did they say
phrase
that,
put
that,
out.
that he
It's
told?
so cringy. It's like, oh,
Right.
It really
Right.
is.
Yep.
It's just the same old shit. out
Does,
of it.
does
How many
anybody
voters
got
you get
that?
with that? How many
Does,
voters?
does anybody got that on how many lies they said that he told like right off the rip?
Oh,
I
think it was like 30
one to something.
It was like 30 some lies. Like the fucking debate wasn't but an hour and a half. How did he lie like
Donald
She
Trump's
told
whole
one-
brand is
She told one when she came out and,
And-
said it was nice to meet him. When she said,
yeah.
they're like one.
One.
Donald Trump's whole brand is based off of lies. He's a con man.
Right.
I'll give him that. He's the best goddamn con man I've ever seen. I don't know if I've ever seen one. Whitey Bulger, maybe, but he is a goddamn good ass con man. I mean,
Always has been.
he's out here selling snake oil,
Yeah.
and MAGA's eating it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like what he says to them is gold, and it does. Like I said earlier today. If Trump loses the election and Kamala wins, I feel like there's absolutely zero reason for the media to cover Trump.
Right.
If you're still covering Trump after this election and he has lost, all you're doing is you're fueling hate because that's all the man comes with.
That's right.
So, and if he loses, you know he gonna come with all the smoke. So if you cover him, it's like you're just doing it for ratings.
Right.
There's absolutely no reason. He's done with politics at this point.
Yep.
There's no reason for you to cover Donald Trump at all, unless he dies. Then 24/7 news cycle. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I just fact checked, searched the lies that he told in that, and we don't have time in this podcast for that. I would suggest that you Google that. Just Google Trump lies during debate and see that list. I mean, just the head top. It was like economy, just anything you think about. Economy, immigration, what he wrote into there, what he ate for
Had
dinner.
highest inflation. He virtually had none.
But
They're eating the pets. They're eating.
Yeah, do we need
Who
to say
told
anything
him?
more?
It's exhausting.
Who told him that babies were being executed
Right. After the
after
That's
they
what-
were delivered.
Because that's what living.
Yo,
children
and-
do.
and-
That's
said
called
that's
not
murder.
abortion, Mike.
Exactly. He keeps
That's
calling
not
it
abortion.
That's
not
murder,
murder.
motherfucker.
God damn.
That's murder. That's not
So
abortion.
let me get this straight. You
You abort a pregnancy. You murder a fucking human being.
My folks wanted that to happen at like when I was like 15. They
Like, you know what?
had an abortion option.
You know, motherfucker, you done pissed me off for the last time. Fuck it. You're third. I know you're 7. I know you're abortion.
Keep
I
talking
think-
back.
I mean, if we're talking about aborting a full-grown full-grown body, I mean, Kamala killed his ass. Right on. That was an abortion on stage
Yeah, that was definitely,
by his definition.
definitely a full termed abortion on that goddamn stage.
Baby? Nope.
Nope.
We'll try again.
Motherfucker head was live shining. Put him in a jar.
So we aborted that motherfucker.
Oh yeah, my friend had the best quote after that debate. He said that Kamala had just aborted a baby in its 78 right in front of the whole country.
Shit.
That's credit to my boy Greg for that.
But yeah, I definitely feel like that debate was won by Kamala 100%. And Donald Trump's still out here peddling the nonsense, saying that he won the debate. I like, motherfucker, you
Yeah.
must be watching a different broadcast than we did.
That was
My neighborhood came down, so people are still planning on voting for this guy. So how do we get more people to turn out? How do we get more people to like show up? Like
Man, the
You
fact
know,
that he still thinks that he
Waynesboro has
won,
got to win.
and he said that shit.
You know, I really hope Waynesboro goes for Harris.
We're in talks of having a voter registration event from the Pot and Politics podcast where you come, eat some food, register to vote, bring friends to register to vote. If you guys think that's a good idea, hit the comments. Tell us that you would
Yeah.
love to see an event like that. It might even be a rock the vote event where we have some music. Let's just if you guys show interest, we're down. We're
Yeah.
down.
and
We'll
you
put it
forgot-
on.
You forgot to tell him the coolest part though. The part about some of you lucky bastards will actually get to smoke out with us.
Yes. Yep.
Think about that. Not everybody gets to smoke with us. So it's a treat. And on that note, you want to go anything else to say?
Early voting starts
Yes.
September 20th, which is I have to pull a map up. Which is next Friday. Oh my God. Okay, so next Friday, early voting starts. You can go to your registrar's office and vote starting next Friday.
Next
You go to
Friday.
The county building, if you're Augusta County, go to the county in Verona to the local county buildings, and you can start early voting there. I early vote because I live in a very, very conservative area, and sometimes it just feels better and easier just to go get your vote done. You're not going to be in case you're worried about being confronted or messed with or
Yeah.
intimidated.
Yeah.
You go vote early, and around here, our actually polling volunteers are some of the nicest people I've
Right.
always found. They're usually our older community, and they're there to help. And it's real easy to do, man. Play a part, and it feels real good. Get your sticker stuck on your shirt, said you voted, and be a part of the future of this country, because right now is the time.
Yeah.
It's the time.
I got 3 words. Country over party.
That's right.
Let's go have a party. Rock.
I think I done spoke enough for today.
All right. So again, I'd like to thank our sponsors, CNC Soul Bistro, Main Street, Waynesboro, Virginia. Like I said, the brother will cook you up something that is spectacular every time. It's so good once it hits your lips. And speaking for myself, just because I feel like doing it, and it's my podcast to do so, I'm gonna say, Candace Owens, you are still definitely the most rotten bitch in this country, and I fucking hate you.
Is she even relevant anymore? I ain't heard nothing.
Yeah,
about
nah,
her in a
she's
couple
still
months.
relevant because she's still doing that foo-foo shit that she just did last week.
While we're at,
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go and throw Laura Lindbergh. I'd like to.
You know what? So here's a clip for y'all. Stinking
Yeah, that goes for both of y'all.
And with that being said,
Nasty women. And nasty women.
and I'm gonna tell y'all about it. Peace.